How's it going? It's New Year's Eve. We're pretty excited about the upcoming year, but we have some unfinished business for this year. I had asked Santa for a couple of things this year, and I was a really good boy, apparently, because I got both of them. The second thing I wanted was an Alabama victory in the Sugar Bowl over Kansas State, and that just happened, so we're pretty happy about that. Roll Tide. The first thing was I had asked for a Ninja Creami ice creamer, and that was under the tree on Christmas morning, and I'm super duper excited about it. Now, to be clear, the Ninja Creami is not an ice cream maker. It is a creamer. It takes frozen things and turns them into a more texturized, smooth, creamy experience. So you can make ice cream from a frozen base, or you can mix in things like M&Ms or peanuts or whatever you want to mix in, fresh fruit. You can also do things like you can make sorbet or a gelato bowl, or you can make ice cream, not make the ice cream. That's the thing about this, is anything you're working with has to be frozen for at least 24 hours in the freezer. They recommend the freezer temps be between -7 and 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Ours, as you can see here, is right at 0 degrees. And I think I'm going to make a series about this. We'll do a few episodes of what we make with this, but we're going to start out super duper easy because, you know, it's our first time doing it. We don't want to screw it up. So we're going to start out by making some sorbets. Now, the easiest sorbet recipes involve canned fruit. So we're going to take 1 can of sliced peaches, 1 can of crushed pineapple, 1 can of diced mangoes, and a jar of mandarin oranges. And we're going to make a sorbet out of each one of these. Now, Victoria said she's only going to try 2 of them. She's only going to try the mandarin oranges and the pineapple because they were stored in their own juices, whereas the peaches and the mangoes were stored in a syrup, and she doesn't like that. So she's going to experience those 2, and we're going to try all 4. But let's take a look at the Ninja Creami itself. It's basically a device where you have a mixing reservoir in the bottom, and they provide you these little pint containers. This is where your product resides. You have to take these, and 24 hours before you want to make them, you have to put them in the freezer. And they give you a whole long list of warnings about various things. The one that they are most concerned about is that the product, when it freezes, is really perfectly level on top, because apparently it will cause damage to the paddle, which is the thing that creams this, if you have it at an angle or whatever. So we have ours in the freezer, and here they are, fully frozen after 24 hours. And we're going to take them, and what you do is you take 1 pint, and you put it in the container, the reservoir here, and you remove the lid. Then you put on the reservoir lid, which contains the paddle. Now you insert the paddle in the top of the lid by holding this lever down, pulling this lever aside, and it opens that up and allows the paddle to be inserted. And then you lock the lid on, and then you simply place this in the bottom of this device and lock it in place. So one of the things it tells you is not to put the container in the bottom of the, lock it in before you plug it in. If you do that, it won't run. So you go ahead and plug it in, then you put the container on, and then simply hit the power button and choose whatever you want to make. We're going to make sorbet. Let's push the button and see what happens. hold this button and twist the container to get it out. Then we push this button here to take the lid off. And look at that. Creamy, delicious mandarin orange sorbet.
Mandarin orange, so it is like orange sherbet.
Uh-huh.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Did you take the taste yet?
Go ahead.
Okay. Not bad. Very tart though.
Yeah?
Yeah, but like, I mean, it tastes like what I expect normal sorbet to taste like.
Yeah, it's got an interesting texture. It's certainly, like I said, kind of powdery, but once it gets in the bowl, it kind of solidifies. But
Tart?
well, first of all, nice and cool and refreshing.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
It is tart, but that's the nature of these. I bet you, I mean, if you ate these mandarins fresh out of the container, they would have been tart as well, because that's just what they are. I mean, it's like whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. So I think what we're more focused on, or focused, is the texture and the output of the device, which I think is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think it feels just the same as any like Haagen-Dazs sorbet or something.
Mm-hmm. It's creamy. It melts in your mouth. It's great. Okay, so we're going to, I think, make the pineapple next. And we're going to see how that turns out. So let's go do that now. Oh, this is much better. Super creamy like ice cream. Not powdery like the other ones. Oh wow, this is amazing. It's different texture of the material. Okay, so the pineapple came out super creamy out of there. So we're going to go ahead and give that a try. You ready?
I need just a second.
Can you see how creamy it is?
Yeah. Smells good too. Hold on. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Mmm.
Good?
Creamy, just like an ice cream. The right amount of tart for a fruit that's just in, and I know this one, I checked it, just in pineapple juice,
Right.
which is delicious. Yeah, this is really good.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing as I was dishing it out, how much creamier it was. It was just like ice cream. Yeah. So this was made from crushed pineapples in its own juice.
And then what's the other stuff that's in this?
Crushed pineapple. That's it.
Well,
Straight out of the
sugar,
can.
I'll
No.
watch it.
No. Straight out of the
You
can.
don't add anything to it.
No.
This is like me just eating crushed pineapple. Holy shit.
It's pretty good. The texture is amazing. It really is amazing.
Yeah.
Super thrilled with that.
And so many store-bought sorbets or gelatos, you know, they're very...
Icy.
Yeah, which I enjoy. I enjoy a good, like, icy kind of lemon sorbet. But this is really remarkably beyond
Yeah,
the icy.
super creamy. All right, I would say we're 1 for 1 because neither one of us loved the mandarin oranges strictly because of the powdery texture and the tartness. But okay, crushed pineapples.
Who's still eating it? I am.
The other great thing about these pints is you can eat whatever you want out of it and just put the lid on it and put it back in the fridge. And then if it hardens up, whatever, you can just put it back in the device and do a respin and it will fluff it back up.
And then what's the, like, you could make 4 different flavors, or as many pints as you have, you can make flavors like in one evening. It would,
well, like we're doing now.
Yeah.
We have 4 pints. The thing is, you have to prepare it 24 hours in advance. You have to freeze it in advance. All right, so we have the 2 that Victoria does not want to try, peaches and mango. I'm going to say mango for last because that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. So let's go ahead and make the peaches then. All right, Victoria did not want to try the peaches. That's what we have now. This came out a little powdery as well, like the mandarins did. Let's give it a taste. Now this is sugar-free in its own syrup. So I don't know how they do that, but texture is amazing. The flavor is delicious.
really?
Super good. All right, we have the mango. It came out powdery too, and I almost want to say, not that it's powdery, but it's almost like it's snow. You know, it's almost like it's powdery snow. It's not like it's gross, laundry detergent powder.
How to like you could pack it?
Yeah, you can pack it. Absolutely. If you press on it, it packs. All right, so mango. This is the one I've been waiting on. This is the one we did last, so I'm hoping that this is going to be good.
Fingers crossed.
It's pretty good. It is, like you said before, lumpy, but that's, because it's packing as your... Yeah, flavor's good. When you put it in your mouth, it turns really creamy. I think it's pretty great for a nice cool treat. If you needed a nice, this is healthy. It's fresh, it's refreshing. This would be great on a summer's day or a winter's day like today. So I think so far, I'm pretty happy with the results of this. Now we're just doing the sorbet, the most basic, absolute, we haven't made anything fancy that's super delicious yet. But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna make a series out of this. The next episode you see, we're gonna be making what they refer to as the base creams. So we'll make vanilla and chocolate and strawberry. Coffee. These are the bases we'll use to do more advanced things. So that'll be in the next episode. I like it. I think Santa did good. So, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it's a huge success, and I loved the pineapple, especially because it was what I knew that I needed it to be. Everyone get a lovely shot of our sweet girl. I knew that I really wanted fruit juice. I wanted it to be as healthy as possible, so I was thrilled with it. I actually thought the texture of the pineapple was maybe the best texture.
100%. It was absolutely the best. It was super creamy. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to say goodnight. I think we're pretty happy with this.
Yep.
Overall, it just takes a couple of minutes to run, and it comes out with some really nice and interesting new things. So, on that note, we'll see you. I don't know how long it's going to be before the next episode, maybe a week or 2 weeks, because I got to fit it around everything else. But, like I said, we got the base one coming up. That being said, today's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. Hopefully you'll have a nice 2023. We expect to. And we will see you next time.
Happy New Year!
Bye. And just one final note as we're doing our cleanup now. All of the items involved in this, the basket, the pints, the lid, the beater, all of this can be the paddle. They call it the paddle. All of this can be put in the dishwasher on the top rack. So, just wanted to make that note. Okay, now we're done. Bye.